This is episode 131 of the 4Ps, and it's a different week. Looking back, last Wednesday morning, my up all night, low energy skepticism about the election was partially premature, but also somewhat accurate. So now, it's been a week since Election Day. Let's get to the 4Ps.
The 4Ps. Professional. Political. Practical. Personal.
Legal challenges, rallies, MAGA marches notwithstanding, Joe Biden is going to be the next president of the United States. And as that became more real, and then became a reality, my optimism, my energy, my enthusiasm gradually increased over the past week. But congressional and local government losses in the election, plus the reality of a lopsided Supreme Court, both remain realities as well. Something political. You thought the election was over, but it's not. The Georgia runoff, an election for 2 open seats on January 5th, a runoff, it's going to be huge, and it could flip the Senate. And while the Democratic challengers face an uphill battle to win both, certainly, winning 1 or even 2 isn't out of the question. It's going to take work, and we know that a blue sweep would actually give the Democrats 50 seats in the Senate, plus Vice President Harris to flip any ties. I spent the past few days creating content to help the Democratic candidates, and I await info on how to get further involved from afar. In the meantime, you can donate now to help Reverend Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff win the Georgia Senate runoffs and take back the Senate for Democrats. Go to bit.ly/flipsenatega. Something practical means refocusing on some key priorities for our country, for the world, really. Not taking our foot off the gas now. If anything, it's time to accelerate and dial it up. So number 1, a COVID plan. Now, Joe Biden has put forth a whole list of experts and a plan as well. And doctors, medical experts that I know and trust have all said that this is viable, impressive, and game-changing. Number 2 has to be a stimulus relief plan that will not be corruptly taken advantage of by big businesses and corporations. Number 3, focusing on social justice, the fight for racial equality, inclusion, and opportunities for all types of people and diverse fellow citizens of the earth, whether that's in the workplace or just more broadly in society. And number 4 is climate change. Now, this may not feel as urgent as some of the other ones, but acting immediately to reverse the detrimental, destructive policies introduced or in many cases deregulated by the Trump interregnum, that's a priority. This is the next existential threat, not for our kids or grandkids, but for us right now. Now, people can ignore it or choose not to believe it, but it's time to take it seriously. Scientists actually just found evidence that frozen methane deposits in the Arctic Ocean have started to be released. Why does this matter? There's a huge quantity of frozen methane and other gases in the Arctic region. Methane has a warming effect of about 80 times more stronger than carbon dioxide over a 20-year period. So this destabilized slope of frozen methane releases concerns about the potential impact on the speed of global heating. Now, with the Arctic temperature now rising more than twice as fast as the global average, it's a question of when, not if. And whether this methane will be introduced into the atmosphere, it's been a matter of considerable uncertainty for some time. But now, according to all computer models, everyone agrees that this represents a serious threat and there are serious climate consequences. The United States Geological Survey has previously listed Arctic hydrate destabilization, which is like the methane release, as one of the most serious scenarios for abrupt climate change. So here we are. It's time to act now. All right, so for this week's Something Personal, I am excited to have a quick Q&A chat session with New York Mets all-star first baseman, the polar bear, Pete Alonso. What's up, Pete?
Hey, Matt, what's up?
So thanks for the quick chat. So the 2020 baseball season was, I don't know, kind of a shit show. It's hard to say that the Mets underperformed in a short season, but you've been part of this team now for 2 years, and hopefully you're going to be here for 20 more. What has your Mets experience been like so far?
When I throw on that uniform, I don't just play for myself, my family, my team, my teammates. I play for you guys as well, so it's really awesome that that you're part of the Flushing faithful, and I can't say thank you enough for your support.
Yeah, and are you thinking about 2021 yet, or are you just content to enjoy the off season?
2021 is just going to be such a fun year. I'm so excited to get back to playing ball again. I know it's November, but soon enough, time for baseball will be upon us sooner than we know it.
You know, as a parent, I'm proud that my son wears his Mets hat to school every day. He's excited. He's a big fan of yours. We've had him at games before this year. I've even talked to him about the new ownership and what it means just for the future, and he's pumped.
Thank you so much for adding another fan into the Flushing faithful, and it's truly awesome that you're just not just spreading holiday cheer, but also you're convincing people to be Mets fans. So that's absolutely fantastic, and I just want to say thank you so much for your unwavering support. You're a huge fan, and just thank you so much. 2021 is going to be such a hell of a year. I'm so excited.
And hopefully we as fans can be back in the stands again next year, right?
It is absolutely fantastic to have you a part of the fan base that I love playing for night in and night out. You guys always are just with us from the beginning to the end, and it's truly amazing to play for such a passionate and just incredible fan base. And
thanks. Thank you, Pete, so much. Stay well, stay healthy. Happy holidays.
God bless, Merry Christmas, and as always, LFGM.
And something professional. You know, with all the working from home and the adjusting to new ways of communicating with one another, one element of management and leadership that I feel may end up truly suffering is mentorship. The development of junior employees and mid-level talent. And while it's not impossible to continue this from afar or even improve upon it, I've always enjoyed and thrived on in-person cultivation and relationships. And I've been thinking a lot about this lately. And ultimately, some of the key takeaways that I've organized in my mind regarding mentorship is that it's rarely about telling someone or providing them with all the answers, but instead giving them the tools, the capabilities, and a network to find the right solution. So here are just a few ways that you can think about this either as a mentor or somebody looking to be mentored in this time. Number one is defining the right objectives. The establishment of superordinate, individual, and team goals has to be clearly aligned in ways that unite people from different backgrounds who have different opinions and ideas. Individual and collective success can't be mutually exclusive, but has to be harmoniously interconnected. Number two is expanding beyond the one-to-one. You know, having myself grown into a position that requires the balance of management and leadership, I've thought a lot about how effectively the wisdom of my mentors came through in both one-to-one and group settings. The commitment to fostering diversity among team members. It challenged me and my peers to learn from each other, to embrace new ways of thinking, and pressure test solutions to improve our chances of collective success. Number three is putting things in context. As smart and talented team members, as much as they are focused on their own growth, they don't always have the same visibility or perspective or insights. A mentor's role is not always just to share everything, but to provide the context needed to help employees understand how and where and why their role is important and how that contributes to the greater good. Number four is Practice intellectual humility, which has sometimes been the hardest thing for me. But pushing people to learn new things, getting them outside their comfort zones, that enables them to be more receptive to new ideas. You see the world from a new perspective, one that's dissociated from your individual identity. Number 5 is allow people to be heard. Silence can lead to serious issues if problems are left unresolved. So giving employees a safe space to share and to vent and to vocalize within a framework will reduce the likelihood of issues down the line. Number 6, favor achievement over activity. Output is important, but outcomes ultimately matter much more. And the last one is make it personal. A good mentor exposes others to their personal lives and stories and experiences and personal challenges. Showing the full range of emotions, that's critical. It establishes trust. Now more than ever, separating the traditionally personal from the professional, it's impossible. And that's okay. It's more than okay. It's important. So when team members hear colleagues' life stories, or when their kids run in to the middle of a Zoom meeting, it actually elicits empathy, which makes us better people, better colleagues, and better companies.